Hi, this is Jason with Violator Comics Collectibles coming at you with another comic review. This time we're taking a look at the Civil War Volume 1, Issue number 4. And this is number 4 out of the 7-part miniseries for the Civil War that ultimately leads up to the death of Captain America. And this is published in November of 2006. So the first thing we do is take a closer look at the cover and we'll do a little bit of a synopsis. So issue number 4 basically starts right where issue 3 left off, so that, a big battle and Thor comes back. The anti-registration side, Captain America's team, is really stunned to see that Thor is alive and well. Thor's acting more ruthless than normal, and he proceeds to attack the anti-registration side. Iron Man continues to just really put the beat down on Captain America, and then Goliath decides to take on Thor, and Thor basically blasts a giant bolt of lightning right through Goliath's chest, killing him instantly. So after killing Goliath, Thor turns to the anti-registration side and he blasts lightning, but it's blocked by the Invisible Woman's shield. And Captain America's team is able to, turn and run. Reed Richards then gives a verbal command that shuts down Thor, and Invisible Woman tells Reed not to talk to her, and she walks off. Alright, so the comic cuts to Avengers Tower where Henry Pym is really upset and sickened by Goliath's death, and he's having second thoughts on everything. He reveals that Thor is just a clone, and Tony Stark was holding onto a strand of Thor's hair since the first meeting of the Avengers, and Pym is, wondering what kind of person kind of does that, combs their furniture for hair and skin cells. And obviously Thor was not functioning properly, the clone wasn't functioning properly, and Spider-Man's kind of pondering and wondering, did he choose the right side? So at the Secret Avengers headquarters, Captain America and the team is getting medical attention from the beatdown that they received, and Captain America is just raving like a lunatic, and Nighthawk is saying that Captain America wouldn't stop until everybody on the team is dead. And Nighthawk and Cassie from the Young Avengers decide that they want no part of this anymore, they don't want to fight other heroes and the government, and they decide to leave. At Goliath's funeral, Tony is really upset, really sickened by the whole situation, and Mrs. Sharp, the mother of one of the children killed in that original blast in issue number 1, approaches Tony Stark and basically tells her that Goliath knew what he was doing, and it's really no different as a cop pulling a gun on a criminal and shooting him. And she gives Tony Stark her son's favorite toy, which is an Iron Man figure. And she wants it to remind Tony of what he's doing and that it's right. And Reed Richards is watching Peter Parker at the funeral, and he's saying that Peter's acting very, very suspicious. So the comic cuts to a letter that Sue has written to Reed Richards, and she's basically saying she's leaving him and the kids, and she and Johnny are joining Captain America's team. And she hopes that Reed will not think that she's a bad mother or a bad wife. And she hopes that Reed can fix this whole situation. So the comic cuts back to the Avengers Tower where Reed and Tony are talking about how they're losing lots of heroes because of the whole situation, and the scale's kind of tipping in Captain America's favor as far as the team's going since Goliath's death. And Reed and Tony decide to unleash their new version of the Thunderbolts to help kind of tip the tide back in their favor, which consists of Jack-O-Lantern, the Jester, Taskmaster, Bullseye, Lady Deathstrike, and Venom. And the comic ends. So issue number 4 is not really my favorite comic in the series. You know, after issue 3 and thinking that Thor, you know, had returned from the dead and then finding out it was just a clone was kind of a disappointment. And there's not a ton of action in this comic. It's more political and what's going on each side. But you know, it's still progressing the story really, really nice. You know, leading up to some bigger events that are happening. You know, they're going to happen in the future in future issues. But once again, this has been Jason with $5 Comics Collectibles. Any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section below. If you like the video, hit the like button, subscribe to our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, and I'll see you guys next time.